Namaskar to all. I, Pratibha Chaudhary, IRS, Additional Director of Income Tax, Publicity, Directorate of Public Relation, Publication and Publicity, Central Board of Direct Taxes, New Delhi. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to another informative and special episode of Samvaad. Friends, today we have come up with a very important informative series on the topics of exemptions under the Income Tax Act. In this special series, we will be covering 8 crucial topics related to exemption provisions and their practical implications. We are honored to have with us today a distinguished guest, Shri B. Bala Krishna, IRS. We heartily welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir is an IRS officer of 2002 batch and is currently serving as the Commissioner of Income Tax Exemptions, Hyderabad. Sir has rich and diverse experience of income tax and worked over 23 years in the department. In his present role as CIT Exemptions in Hyderabad, he has led numerous outreach programs for stakeholders and organized extensive capacity building exercises for JAOs and FAOs, especially in the light of the rollout of new provisions. Sir has also held key positions across various verticals and worked in investigation division, admin, nodal officer to the Honorable Election Commission of India and received with his team Best Election Practices Award 2018. Sir, we welcome you and thank you very much, sir, for giving us time.
Thank you, Pratibha. And I also thank the Directorate Publicity for giving me this opportunity.
Sir, our viewers would like to know, is the registration of a charitable trust valid permanently?
No. From 1st April 2021, the law provides for the provisional registration initially, which is valid for 3 years from the assessment year for which the registration is sought. After that, permanent registration is granted for 5 years subjected to renewal.
Sir, kindly tell our viewers that what forms are required for provisional registration, conversion of provisional registration or renewal of existing registration.
Form 10A is to be filed for seeking the grant of provisional registration and Form 10AB is to be filed for converting the provisional registration into permanent registration and renewing the existing registration at least 6 months before the expiry of the 5 years validity period.
What are the timelines for filing Form 10AB for conversion or renewal?
Conversion of the provisional to the permanent, file at least 6 months before the expiry of 3 years provisional period or within 6 months from the commencement of the activities, whichever is earlier. Renewal of the permanent registration, file at least 6 months before the date of expiry of 5 years registration. Further, the applicant shall file for the renewal of the existing registration under the subclass 2 of the section 12A1AC and the application for the conversion of the provisional registration to the regular registration shall be filed under the subclass 3 of the section 12A1AC. Further, where the charity entity already commits the activity before making an application for the registration, they can straightaway file the application for the regular registration under subclass 6B of the section 12A1AC. For the registration, either provisional or regular or renewal of the registration, the important requirement is to file the application before the due dates. To choose the right subclass to file the application, submission of all required documents as called for and answering the questionnaires issued by the competent authority while processing such applications.
Sir, sometimes we received a query regarding what documents are normally required to be attached with Form 10A, 10AB. Please explain.
Self-certified copy of the trust deed or the registration certificate under the relevant statute, the PAN of the trust and the KYC of the trustees such as Aadhaar or PAN, audited financial statements or annual reports, proof of activities where applicable, Niti Aayog registration certificate if already obtained, and as per the latest amendments, in all cases, application must be filed electronically with a digital signature or EVC.
Sir, on the behalf of the viewers, I would like to ask you, are there any recent amendments easing registration rules for smaller trusts?
Yes, period of the registration of the smaller trusts or institutions is recently modified. For smaller trusts or institutions where the total income before section 11 and 12 exemptions are claimed, if it is below 5 crore rupees, each of the two preceding years, the validity of the registration is extended from 5 years to the 10 years in respect of the applications made under the section 12A1 AC subclauses 1 to 5 of the Income Tax Act.
Sir, our viewers would like to know, is there any condonation provision for delay in filing form 10AB?
Yes, recently with effect from 1/10/2024, the Income Tax Act is amended, and where the application is filed beyond the time allowed under the subclauses 1 to 6, the Principal Commissioner or Commissioner exemptions may consider if there is a reasonable cause for the delay of filing the application, can condone such delay, and such application shall be deemed to have been filed within the time period.
Sir, kindly explain to our viewers what about registration under section 80G for donor benefits?
A trust or institution seeking approval under section 80G must also apply using the relevant form, that is form 10A or form 10AB. The approval is valid for the 5 years, and that also needs to be renewed at least 6 months before the expiry, and it is just like the section 12AB registration process.
Sir, kindly explain to our viewers what happens if the trust modifies its object clause.
Well, any modification to the objects of the trust or institution triggers re-registration. Form 10AB must be filed within 30 days from the date of such modification.
Sir, how does transition from section 1023C to section 12AB work?
As per the recent amendments, new application under section 1023C 4, 5, 6 or 6A are being phased out. No fresh application is permitted after 1st October 2024. The existing institutions registered under section 1023C must transit to the section 12AB registration upon the expiry of the approval period by filing form 10AB. The existing 1023C approvals will be valid till the period they were issued. Subsequently, when they make the application for the renewal of the registration, they shall seek the registration under section 12AB instead of existing approval under section 1023C.
Sir, kindly explain to our viewers, do educational or medical institutions, they are substantially financed by the government, need to register?
The educational or medical institutions which are substantially financed are not required to register themselves before the Principal Commissioner or Commissioner of Income Tax exemption, as they are exempted under section 1023C AB and 1023C AD respectively. However, if they are not substantially financed, irrespective whether they are government or private, they need to get registration before the competent authority. If the receipts of the institution exceeds 50% by way of government finances, then it is to be considered as substantially financed. Otherwise, it is not eligible to be exempted as substantially financed by the government. Similarly, the educational or medical institutions where the gross receipts per annum are below 5 crores are not required to register themselves before the Principal Commissioner or Commissioner Income Tax exemptions, as they are also exempted under section 1023C AC and 1023C AE respectively. However, these institutes which are substantially financed or where the gross receipts are below 5 crores, Though not required to obtain any registration from the competent authority, they are required to file the return of income every year.
Sir, which entities are required to be approved under section 1023C?
Any fund or institution established for charitable purposes and its importance is over India or state, and any trust which is wholly for the public, religious and charitable purposes are required to be approved by the Principal Commissioner or Commissioner Exemptions as per the section 1023C4 and 1023C5 respectively. Similarly, the educational and medical institutions which are not substantially financed by the government and whose gross receipts exceeds rupees 5 crores per annum have to obtain approval from the competent authority.
Sir, we are truly grateful for your time and enlightening us on such an important topic. Your insights on the different provisions of exemptions have been immensely valuable. I am truly grateful to our esteemed viewers for their time and patience. Please reach out to our website incometax.gov.in for more information and educational content. Do follow us on our social media handles like X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Please keep watching Samvaad. Stay connected to us. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Namaskar.